life has value. Yo, greetings, everyone. This is your host, Rasta B, and this is In Black America Radio. Today is January 27th, 2017. And today's topic, we're going to talk about, the title is, while everybody is fighting Trump, we should be focused on building our economy. And what it is, we're really going to be building on all of this debate in the black community about who's cooning versus who's not cooning. We're going to talk about, I want to talk about Umar Johnson addressing Trump. He got like an hour-long YouTube video out there where he's addressing Trump and various other topics. The guest calling number is 646-716-4654. And before I do anything first, let me go ahead and bring in my co-host, Smoke. Smoke, are you there?
Yo, what's good? What's good, boy?
Smoke. What's good, yo?
Shit, man. Big Friday, another week in the building. Same old, you know. Life of a black man.
Shit, boy. Do I know it? You know what I'm saying? All the bullshit I had to deal with. This is a tough week for me. You know what I'm saying? I was dealing with a little depression this week. I'm sitting over here fighting and shit. You know what I'm saying? Building and shit, doing everything that I got to do and shit like that. And it's like people, you know what I'm saying, in my circle and shit, all they trying to do is fucking destroy what I'm building. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I just been in a real stupor lately. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it is it's life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing I ain't never dealt with before. But it's just
yeah.
Like I said, it's crazy.
Gotta keep it pushing, man. You know how that go, man.
You gotta keep it. Yeah, you
ain't a black man if you ain't getting. Gotta deal with the struggle. So
look,
you know
I
how
look
that
at it like this: if you don't see the shit going on in this goddamn country and you ain't depressed, then shit, something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? But me, you know what I'm saying? But shit, me at 36, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with depression and shit like that. I mean, shit, like all my life. I want to say, like, definitely when I was 14, going up into my 20s and shit, but all my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, like it just, what happened, I think, it is, like, the majority of black people is depressed, especially black men, you know what I'm saying? Is depressed. I can't speak on black women. And but what happened is we learned to deal with it, and it become part of our everyday shit, right? So I was just so happening looking at the white boy comedian Neil Brennan or some shit like that, the one I was writing with Dave Chappelle.
Right.
You ever heard of him?
No, I'm not sure.
I think his name like
Neil Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon or Brennan or some shit like
you
that.
Say he was like what did he write on the Chappelle show or something like that?
Yeah, he was a writer on the Chappelle show, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's who he is, right? But he a comedian, so he got this comedy special out. It's just called 3 Mics. Right?
Okay.
Yo, I ain't never seen no stand-up like this before. And it's like 3 mics, 3 different stages. And he'll say one shit, like one shit'll be like one-liners.
Right.
And then the shit is black. Then when the shit cut back on, he's on another mic. And he's doing a whole stretch on the other mic. And then that shit'll go black. Then it'll cut on to the third mic.
Right.
He'll go into his whole spin on that. Yeah. But in it, he started talking about his depression and how he came up, and how the father was an alcoholic, and how because of how he was like the youngest of 10, and because of all the shit I guess he went through, he ended up really repressing a lot of his feelings, I guess, or whatever. I don't know the words. The shit's on Netflix, right? But he goes to the point where he feels nothing, right? So he tried to go to the doctor. Yo, he was talking about all the shit they did to him. Yo, he went to the shit where you get your head shot therapy shit. They said they had that nigga on mad drugs, all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So he's telling the whole story, you know what I'm saying, or whatever like that. So when I'm looking at the shit that hit me was the fact that he was talking about how when he's around white people, he said he hang around a lot of black people, though. And I noticed that in a joke, he always talking about black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he feel a little uncomfortable. You know, what the fuck you guys talking about us for? You know what I'm saying? But then he said that he hangs around a lot of black people, right? So he was talking about when he around white people, he'll do shit and people be looking at him like, why are you acting like that? Or was he serious? And, you know, like uncomfortable. He said, but when he hanging around black people, they just be like, damn, Neil, you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's how they act. And that's when I was saying to myself, yeah, because the majority of us is depressed too. You know what I'm saying? The majority of us is depressed. So it's like,
yeah, and that's
what
we got to acknowledge that. We have to acknowledge that because a lot of times it's like, I said we have to acknowledge that because a lot of times, you know, people are just not saying anything or they think it's weird or something crazy going on. It's like everyone deal with depression, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you know, you got to find a way to get up out of that, you know? So, you know, you might hear people or somebody who's listening who's like, feel like they dealing with something crazy or they're not talking about it or they feel like they shouldn't get in those modes, you know, it's like it happens, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like you got to get yourself up out of it, you know what I mean? That's really what it is. But,
you got to get up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's real. You know, that's real.
And that's what I was saying, like me, I know me, shit, I was fucking dealing with depression, like I said, majority of my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what happened is that you know, it's like what you said. Like, I remember the time I wanted to kill myself. You know what I'm saying? When I was like 14. And I'm standing on top of a fucking, it was like we living in a house and shit, and they got, my mother kicked me out and some shit like that. So, I'm in front of this, so it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning or some shit like that. So I'm in front of this, the townhouse in where we live at. And, you know, it's a lake and shit over there, little thing or whatever. And I remember standing up on the fucking, the patio shit or porch or whatever the fuck that shit is. Like, yo, I'm about to jump. I don't know how to swim. The only thing I kept thinking about was how stupid I'm going to be looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas will be like, oh, look at this weak nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just like, because of that, it be like, I was like, fuck that shit. That sounds like weak. You know what I'm saying? But I come from that era. You know what I'm saying? With that depression, all that, well, that's just some weak shit. You a man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat that. So that's why when I did go back to New York, stay drunk, I stay high, stay getting into fucking issues and dramas and bullshit, because that was my way of trying to mask how I felt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I could make you hurt, then that'll give me a little bit of joy. You dig what I'm saying? And it all ties in, because I want to bring up this Casanova shit he was talking about. I mean, Casanova the rapper. And I heard him talking. He was talking about how him committing crimes when he was like 11, robbing people. And he was like, that shit was fun. And he was like, yo, it was fun, but because you don't really got nothing to live for. But once you get older and you do have something to live for, then that shit looks stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I am now. All of this feeling, how I'm feeling right now, well, really for the whole week, I was feeling like that all my life. So I used to live reckless because I'm like, what the fuck you gonna do? Kill me, my nigga? I don't give a fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what that mean? I mean, this is over. I ain't got to worry about shit. Bills, eating, food, none of that shit. That's how I used to think.
No.
Now I'm older. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm older. I got sons now. You know what I'm saying? I got property now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I look at like
things to live for.
They hit me.
Things to live for.
Yeah, I got something to live for now. This shit hit me just now because I'm looking at all this shit, and I'm like, yo, when I tell you, just like I had to tell the person that's, you know what I'm saying, destroying what the fuck I'm building. If I was a crying person, yo, I would burst out crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure on the show niggas done heard me crack up. Because if I'm talking about pro-blackness and what's really going on with my people, I'm talking from the heart. So you're going to hear that. But I'm just talking about regular shit. Nigga, I'm inside subways. And I'm like, yo, like, the pressure. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's like, I'm building, I'm staving, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. And one fucking element is right there destroying every fucking thing that I do. Every fucking thing that I do. And it gets to the point now that you completely destroyed everything, it's like, now what? You know what I'm saying? Now what? You won. You won. 4 fucking years it took you. You won. Now what? And it's like, that shit crazy. And then I got the other half of me that knows how to handle the pressure and want to wild out. But then the common sense part of me is like, nah, you can't do that. You stay focused. Don't let that shit deter you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how I've been feeling. I just been mad, depressed, dealing with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And just, it is what the fuck it is. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know how that
just
goes.
Move on.
Yeah, you got to, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where the reckless behavior comes from. Is like, I mean, you had a depression, and then it's like, you got idle time, you start feeling sorry for yourself, then you don't want to do nothing, then you want to just, you want to get on your brandy shit and just sit in your room. You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like, anything can happen from there. Yeah, anything can happen from there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you just got to keep it moving, man. You can't let it get to you. It's like, it is what it is.
Yo, I didn't even want to do it today. I didn't even want to do a show today. I literally, just like you said, with the brandy shit, I literally just wanted to lay in the fucking bed, yo, and just sleep. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just fucking crazy, man, because it's just like, wow, at the end of the day, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. I'm building. I'm trying to make sure, because, see, me, the way I operate, I set plans out. You know what I'm saying? And once I do what I got to do, I know for me to get, this is point A, for me to get to Z, I have to accomplish all this shit from B to Y. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you got somebody that, when it's like, all right, I did A, now let me go on to B, and they want to get rid of B. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck B is that? I don't know. Well, I just seen B right here a couple of minutes ago. Now I got to hunt for B and all kind of shit like that. Then when I finally get B now, and I'm like, damn, how does, shit, I had it right here now. And what the fuck is C? Yo, did you see? I just had C over here. Do you know what? I don't know what that is. Don't ask me about this. And then I'm like, yo, I'm thinking this person taking my shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think this person's the one fucking up my game plan. And that's what the whole shit. And the shit that really irks me is the fact that they believe in that God shit. You know what I'm saying? They believe in all that little superstition bullshit. And that's why every time you listen to In Black America Radio, you will always hear Rasta B fucking knocking on that stupid-ass God shit. I don't give a fuck if it's a European God. I don't give a fuck if it's an African God. I don't give a fuck if it's some Chinese God. I don't give a fuck if it's a spiritual system. I don't give a fuck if it's Orishas or none of that bullshit. All that shit's bullshit. Straight up. And that's why I always speak out against it. All of that shit is bullshit. Because niggas will sit there now worrying about shit that is not fucking real. What's real is you. That's what's real. All that other shit ain't real. You know what I'm saying? And that, you know, this is, I'm going to show you how unreal this shit is. I'm sitting here telling this person, like, yo, you're making mistakes and you're fucking up money. You need to do A, B, C, and D so these things don't happen to you. And the response I get is, my God got me. Angels, my candles, and all kinds of bullshit. And I'm like, what the fuck do I got to do with money? God don't work for the Federal Reserve. spiders and birds sitting on you and whatever superstitions, none of that shit works. Candles burning, crystals, and if you drop 3 fucking oils in the corn, none of that shit. Bobby Hemmett was sick, right? Huh, Smoke?
Yeah, he had a stroke or something, something like that.
All them African named deities, right? All that drinking sun kiss because all of that shit didn't work. You see what I'm saying? All that shit didn't work. That shit is make fucking believe. That's all that shit is. All that shit is make believe. Niggas hold on to bullshit, yo. That's why niggas will sit there and keep donating money to fucking Umar shit. It's all make believe. This is so cool, nigga. We just like make believe shit. We don't like real life shit. And that's the reason why I said this whole week I was depressed. Because I'm sitting over here now. I live in reality. I don't live in a fantasy world. That's the reason why I was saying before Donald Trump got the nomination, the Republican nomination, I was saying Donald Trump's going to win. I don't live in fantasy. I live in fucking reality. I'm seeing what's going on. I'm looking at the pattern. But you know what everybody else was doing? Believing in God and the angels, and no way in hell Donald Trump would. What do you mean? But where was it? None of that shit added up to Hillary Clinton winning. And to show you how much this shit don't add up for Hillary Clinton winning, listen to the Democrats talk now. And when they talk about how fucked up the Democrat Party is. They talk about the corruption behind that shit. They talk about how many seats they lost. They talk about how they have to regroup and rebuild and restructure the whole fucking party. So if they got to do all of that on the Democratic side, what the fuck made you think they was going to win? You dig what I'm saying, Smoke? That's like me about to sell you a car, a fucking a Bentley or some shit, and then you back out. You like, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to get the Honda. I'm good. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then you come by the next day. You like, yo, you sold it? Nah, man, I got to do some work on it, man. The engine done fell out. I got to get the fucking tires, and I got to get you know what I'm saying? Like, you was trying to sell me that? Knowing that shit was bluffing?
Shit.
Come on. That's what's going on. Why niggas kept thinking that Trump wasn't going to win? Besides the media, why niggas thought Trump wasn't going to win? Let's rehash some of the stupid shit you heard, right? Well, you know, Trump is only, he was joking when he wanted to run. But the people took him serious, and now he's lie. Trump is talking about running for president. They've been asking Trump about being president since Oprah Winfrey was skinny, just starting in Chicago. They got clips of a young Donald Trump and them asking Donald Trump to run for president. What are you talking about? Oh, Donald Trump, he's only running so he can open up his news network. That's the whole purpose. He ain't trying to win. He want to open up his news network. Who told you that? The media.
Like he got to do that to open up the news network.
Ain't that some weird shit? The nigga opens up fucking buildings all around the goddamn world, but he has to play a stunt to open up a. And here we go. He sure do. He sure do.
Trump ain't shit.
What about this, Smoke? Yeah, brother. See what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We go to the higher level of the brain with our chakras. The reason why Donald Trump is here is because they're trying to let Hillary get in through the, you know what I'm saying, easy path for Hillary to get in. It's already selected that way. Then Donald Trump win, and these niggas like, oh, no, how that nigga won? Well, obviously that means your chakras ain't work, nigga. That means all that other spiritual shit we're talking about don't work. The signs of Aquarius. I don't even hear niggas talk that shit no more. I don't even hear niggas talk that shit no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is fucking fake. None of that shit is real. Go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, you're on fire, man.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
but
man.
I mean,
it's like when you, it's really about work for us. You know what I'm saying? We have to put in work. You know what I mean? It's like we can't depend on any other parties or people or gods or whoever outside of ourselves to to liberate ourselves. You know what I mean? So you see it in religion. You know what I mean? You gotta God gotta come down and bless you with whatever. You see it in politics and everyday life. In politics where it's like we waiting on the politicians to give us something, to rebuild our communities, to throw us $1 billion or whatever the case is. You see it in everyday life. Where we live in communities where people supply our food. Our daily just shit we need to live daily. You know what I mean? We go to the store and buy toothpaste from people that don't look like us. Toilet paper, food, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like we got that mind frame that we always got to depend on somebody. We waiting on daddy and mommy. Like we spoke on last week. With the slave narrative book you was talking about. So it's like we had that mentality. So no matter what topic you talking about when it comes to black people, you're gonna see that dynamic. You know what I mean? And so religion falls into that, and shit, you name it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the shit. And like I said, that's the reason why I was so fucking depressed this week. Because the thing that people don't understand is, and I can't explain it. And it's like I said before, I don't know how to do that spooky shit. I don't know how to mislead the people. I don't know how to sell black people that bullshit that like everybody else do. I only can tell you how it is. And let history show you the rest. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. I know what the fuck is going to happen, which is why I make moves to prepare myself before it happens. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why a lot of times shit happens. People look at me, see my accomplishment, and if you know me from the past, like what do they say, Smoke? Since you know people that know me from the past and shit, when they ask, yo, what's up with me?
I mean, it's just like it's a surprise. Like, yo, man, I ain't Rasta B got some shit. He's doing good, man. He ain't out here wilding. This cat, it's basically just to put it in simple terms or just straightforward. It's like it's a 180. You know what I'm saying? Most people they hear the credentials now. You know what I'm saying? What you got going on, your family, things like that. They wouldn't have never visioned that. When they saw you as a youth or whatever time frame before. So yeah, basic 180 shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just
that's the shit. That's the shit. Go ahead.
No, I was saying like just me looking from the outside in, you know what I mean, and just knowing you know what I'm saying, like you my peoples and shit. It's just like to me, I like to use your story in the sense of like you could always get it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to be stuck in a certain a certain mind frame, a certain way of life. You know what I'm saying? You could always change your circumstances. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we was over here and you went to some fucking school, behavioral school and boot camp and, like something crazy or something. It was like, yo, all right, I'm getting older. Let me realize this. Blah, blah, let me do that. Let me apply myself. Let me work. Let me, let me acquire things. You know what I'm saying? Let me build my life up. You know what I'm saying? It was like you took the thoughts and put the effort behind it. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, like, yo, I'm telling you, I done been around, people who have one mind frame and they totally different now. You know what I'm saying? And they moving positive. They moving in the right direction. I mean, shit, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at some point you gotta grow the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? You got to grow up, and that's pretty much what it is. Like, you know, you look at yourself, or I look at myself as a man. It's like, all right, 30. You know, I'm 36, about to be 37. You know what I'm saying? It's things that I need to do to make sure my son is gonna be good. So I might have to cut back on this. I gotta do this. You know, I gotta grow up, and it's the same for black people. When you look at us as a whole, it's like we gotta grow up. It's like we get entertained by the stupid shit. Chris Brown and them fighting and you know, all of the tax stone going to jail. Everybody got their fucking theories on that shit, and or you know, things that ain't really building up the community or just building up yourself. You don't worry about the community. Build yourself up. You know what I'm saying? It's like most of us, we get into, you know, the bells and whistles of life. Like, we don't care about what the real issue. So it's just like, as a whole, you know, maybe I grow up and shit.
Got to. Because like I said, me growing up, just to let that for the people out there knowing, the youngins out there and shit, yo, it's about what you come up under. I came up under big, putting the fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Setting the bar. What Big said, being broke at 30 give a nigga the chill. When Big said that, I can't speak for everybody, but I know everybody in my circle made 30 a bar. Niggas got to get right by 30. You know what I'm saying? So me being young, I'm like, well, I ain't going to be alive. I know I was going to get killed. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, only thing I wanted was a nigga to paint me on the wall. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole concern. I used to literally, what I used to do every month, right? What I would do is when I made a month, I would throw away all my porno magazines and shit because I didn't want my grandmother to see that when I'm dead. You know, and I was like I said, I'm really self-conscious after I die. You know what I'm saying? There was certain shit I didn't want. I didn't want to be jumping no fucking lake and drown and the motherfuckers looking at me and I'm looking all stupid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get killed in Brooklyn and then my grandmother now getting on my clothes and she's like, oh, Lord, look at this porno magazine this boy got. You know what I'm saying? That's how I used to think when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, how's my grandmother knowing all this? So I used to throw it away every month. You know what I'm saying? Literally, not until I hit 26, I was like, oh, shit, I'm still alive. So then I said, if I could make it to 26, what if I make it to fucking 126? I said, I got to get my shit together. That's what made me realize. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing else. It wasn't no gods. It wasn't no fucking spiritual systems. It wasn't shit. It was me having knowledge of self, being born with knowledge of self, understanding who I am as a man, and understanding that the way I looked at myself and the way I was living, I did not live for life. That's why when I hear people say shit like, oh, tomorrow's not promised to you. Yes, the fuck it is. Tomorrow is promised to you. For you to sit there and think tomorrow's not promised to you means you're not going to plan for tomorrow. And if you don't plan for tomorrow, then guess what? You're only living for today. And if you're living only for today, that means you don't got no fucking future. That don't make sense. I lived for today. I never planned for tomorrow. My mother, who I only just recently started speaking to for the last 4 years, the same age as my adult son. I mean, adult son. My firstborn. Yeah. But same as my firstborn son, my oldest. And she could tell you, and my sisters could tell you. I remember I'm in junior high school and they asked me, yo, what you want to be when you grow up? And I told them a kingpin. I grew up around drugs. I grew up around hustlers. This is how I grew up. It wasn't no, when the motherfuckers start laughing, I'm looking at them, what the fuck you laughing at? I didn't know there was something wrong with that answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking that's for real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, that's where I come from. I've never came up under, I'm going to be something in life. I came up under the era that, as a black young man, you have a limit on your life. You see what I'm saying? That's why I say the majority of black people, especially black young boys out here and young men, are depressed. That's why niggas want to turn up. I know what that energy is. That's why you want to turn up. That's why you sipping lean. That's why you got to stay hot. That's why niggas got guns. That's why niggas shooting at each other, because they're fucking depressed. And what makes a depressed person feel good is making somebody else feel bad. And every fucking time, straight up, any time that I felt, and I've always felt fucked up, and any time that I wanted to be happy, I went outside and committed crime. Straight up. So that's why this week here, I'm sitting over here and I'm hurting because I'm like, I'm too old for this stupid shit. I'm too old to be living like this. I'm too old to have to swipe my motherfucking debit card and shit like that, and I gotta hope that the shit approves. That's stupid. I ain't had to live like that in a long time. You see what I'm saying? So for somebody to have me in a situation like that, it's like, wow, yo, you don't have your best interests right here. You're selfish, and your best interest in being with yourself. That's all that is. You know what I'm saying? Even the comment said to me was, oh, well, the God shit is real because it works for me. Yeah, but it don't work for nobody else. But you're going to make decisions based off shit that only works for you, even though it fucks everything else up. That shit just makes me like, yo, that shit is fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to get off that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to get into the guest calling number 646-716-4654. I want to get into the before I get into the Cooning shit, right? I want to get into the Umar Johnson addressing Trump. Did you hear that shit?
No. When was this? Today?
Oh, this shit is new. This shit happened today. Yeah, you got to hear that shit. He in there, Mr. Trump, President Trump, all of that shit. He called him Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Obama. But he yeah. When I seen that shit, I said, oh, that nigga wanted to go in that elevator.
Yeah, you know, I'm still on my net shit. I was gonna go back to the other place where I had it net, but it got late, and I was like, might as well just. So I didn't get to look at any new shit. I didn't see the Umar joint.
Yeah, I couldn't even hear all of that shit, man. I don't really rock with the brother like that, man. I just feel like he's a fraud. You know what I'm saying? So, it ain't just him. It's a gang of them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't really subscribe to it. I just can't understand how do you, like I said, y'all watch Cotton Up in Harlem, man, and look at Deke O'Malley. Look at Cotton Goes to Harlem, look at Deke O'Malley, man. And that'll answer your whole question. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole shit. But I'm listening to him and shit, and he sound like he wanted to be on that motherfucking elevator, too. You know what I'm saying? All this, and like he addressing Donald Trump and all kind of shit like that. And I'm like, no, nigga, no. You supposed to be getting a school, ain't you? Why is you everywhere except them doing the shit you supposed to be doing? Oh, fraud ass nigga. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's the Umar Johnson shit. And the reason why I say it, like I said, I just want to, just to really stretch it out a little bit more, but it's like, with 2017 finished, if y'all niggas is still caught up on that Umar Johnson shit and still donating money, then y'all deserve everything that you get. Because I done told y'all in a previous show, all of that talking about a school shit ended in 2014. That's why now he's saying, show me another school. It's called hustle. And the reason why these niggas is so easy to hustle black people is one reason why it's easy to hustle black people. Because we're fucking superstitious. That's why it's easy to hustle black people. We're superstitious. All you got to do is tell some black person about some goddamn African spiritual system or some shit. And we like, that's right. How you get a rock from the backyard, clean that shit up, and this is the stone of whatever. You know what I'm saying? The niggas would be, how much is it good up?
I see somebody got it posted. It's on like an hour long.
Yeah, it's an hour joint, yeah. Like, it ain't nothing groundbreaking he's saying or nothing in there. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it sounds like he wanted to, you know what I'm saying, go in a yellow elevator. That's all. And like I said, I'm not opposed to nobody talking to Trump. Believe that. I'm not opposed because when I'm watching, let's get into the coons then. Let's get into the coons. When I'm watching niggas for 4 years say that Barack don't have to address black people and the black needs because we trying to get him a second term, and the motherfuckers turn around and call Steve Harvey, Jim Brown, Martin Luther King Jr., the other pastor whose name I keep not even trying to remember, obviously, since I never really said his name, and everybody else, Kanye's and shit, they're coons. But if they're coons, then what do you call the black people who openly said for 4 years, I'm cool with Barack ignoring me? Because we try to get him a second term. What the fuck are they? You know what I'm saying? What are they? I don't get that shit. Then I'm listening to D.L. Hughley say, some shit about how Trump is only using entertainers and actors and comedians, and how if he wanted to address white America, he wouldn't use that. And I'm like, my nigga, how do you think the Democrats was what do you think the Democrats was doing? They was using rappers, entertainers.
Your girl Hillary dabbing and doing all that shit.
Dabbing, yeah, doing the not the stinky leg. Was it the stinky leg she was doing? Because remember, before dabbing,
I don't know. That bitch was doing every fucking shit. But the one thing I wanted to say though is like, you know, with Barack, you know, you heard the common theme of, you know, he's not a black people president, and you know his hands is tied. You know he have to go through a process to get shit done. Donald Trump is signing papers like, yo, war, TPP is out of here, Obamacare out of here. He not getting approved. He writing shit like, yo, we doing this.
You better know this.
So like
all of that shit.
Okay, so where was Obama's balls? You know what I'm saying? So like all of the protection of Obama is like, I get it. You know, I get the, you know, the black family. Like you look at their family, they got a beautiful family. You know what I'm saying? Michelle, they got the daughters, they got the dog. You know what I'm saying? Barack is the president. Oh yeah, I understand all of that. But like the protection of Obama, you know what I'm saying? The holding them up high like the great black president. Like yo, he didn't do anything. And Donald Trump is showing right now, yo, when you want to get something done, you get it done. You know what I'm saying? So all of this, his hands was tied, and you know he's everybody's president. He could have did something. Yeah, it's being shown right now that if he wanted to throw us a bone, he could have did it. He could have did it. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say that. You know what I'm saying? And let that, you know, let that sink in on people. Like let's just move on and you know and get in where we fit in under this regime or whatever.
Now watch, let me silver back off of that, right? Now Barack claim to fame was what? How he was a community organizer in Chicago. Because Chicago is his backyard. That's his base.
Basically.
Killing going on. Murders going on in Chicago. Right? Then what happened? He gets rid of Rahm Emanuel. Rahm Emanuel becomes the mayor of Chicago. Record high murders. Record high killing. Police cover-ups. All kind of shit.
Crazy.
What do we do about Chicago? What do we do about Chicago? Now Trump is the president. yo, with all this carnage going on in Chicago, you're going to bring the feds in there. Carnage? What carnage going on in Chicago? What you mean? Ain't nobody killing each other. Oh, now he want to bring the feds. See, that's what he want to do to get rid of black people. And I'm like, wait a minute, my nigga. Wait a minute. I read a story about how a mother and her daughter said something to some Chicago savages across the street, telling them, yo, y'all making too much noise, whatever. These niggas is fucking shooting and trying to break in into the house and all kind of shit, killed the mother, killed the goddamn daughter. I don't want to hear that. I'm looking at a video where they got this black dude now. They fighting in the store. It spills out into the street. One of the guys picked the black dude up, about to slam him. But I guess he realized he had that block eye on him. So he dropped him. So he running, but his friend runs, knock him down by accident. The kid who was about to get slammed, open up on all them niggas. But while he opening up on them niggas, he don't realize police is right, literally right there. He light his ass up. You see what I'm saying? So don't tell me that it ain't no fucking wild, crazy shit going on in Chicago. And then don't turn around and say, oh, well, Donald Trump bringing the feds in. That's going to do what? So don't do nothing.
Something. It's going to do something.
See, what we don't understand when it comes to Chicago, nobody cares about fucking Chicago because these are black people. You see what I'm saying? The only people that cares about Chicago is the people of Chicago that are black, who have organizations and is trying to do something. But guess what? I don't give a fuck about you. You're black. I don't give a fuck about what you got to say. These killers in Chicago ain't new. You know what I'm saying? So watch this. I'm gonna play this right here, dealing with this Latino, right, who's going to talk about Chicago, sanctuary cities, and things of that nature, right? But I want you to hear when they talk about the crime in Chicago real quick. Hold on. Here we go.
To say to his constituency, right, look, I'm going to continue to divide and pit part of America against another part of America. It's very classic, pitting one community against another.
It's one thing, though, to battle candidate Trump. Now he is the president. He's signed these executive orders with the threat of removing federal funding. Again, going back to the question, what are the options available to you as members of Congress? We know that comprehensive immigration reform stalled as a result of Republicans, and some eventually even ran for president, like Senator Marco Rubio, who had to take a stance back on.
Wait, hold on. That ain't it. Hold on.
Problem.
There you go.
And it places the community that we are placed to serve and protect in jeopardy. So how do we do this? We make our case. I'm making it here with you. You have lived in the city of Chicago for 10 years. I remember when I used to see you a lot more frequently, I'll admit, than now that you're a national figure. You know the city of Chicago is a city of neighborhoods. You cannot come and say that Chicago has devastating problems and that you're going to send the feds in and then take away the money that funds the Chicago police.
Going back to what you were talking about, the tweet from the president where he referred to carnage in Chicago. He said that Chicago doesn't fix the horrible carnage going on, 228 shootings in 2017 with 42 killings, up 24%. I will send in the feds. Apparently he was watching another cable news network, according to some reports. But in reality, you have the superintendent of the police department saying the statement is broad. He has no idea what he is talking about, referring to the president. But what we do know, and to your point, I've lived there are people who are greatly concerned with not only the Department of Justice coming back, revealing systemic problems within the Chicago Police Department related to discrimination, but the ongoing violence there. You might have Trump who say, is it time for federal involvement if these numbers continue to rise, including just yesterday, more violence?
Cameron's a good point. But that's not what the president said. What he did was condemn the city of Chicago, right, and said it's worse than Afghanistan. It's terrible there. Here's what a president does and a leader does, I believe. He sees a problem, and he reaches out, and he offers resources to solve the problem. I didn't read in that tweet where he was sending more funding for Chicago police officers for training in order to make sure that those police officers better and more effectively treat the community in a better and more effective way and a more humane, and as you stated, under the Justice Department investigation, the Chicago Police Department has the work to do. So I didn't hear about those resources that he's sending us. Is he sending us more ATF agents? He's going to send 10,000 more ICE agents to do roundups of people. But where are the ATF agents? Where are the FBI agents? Where are the federal resources that we need and we could use in the city of Chicago? And Chairman, again, I hate to go back that you're a former Chicagoan of 10 years, but you know the city of Chicago. It's a city of neighborhoods. The fact is that the vast majority of the murders and the violence that he refers to is happening in 5 neighborhoods of the city of Chicago. The vast majority is happening there. We need to treat this as a problem. But how? And I ask you, and I think Americans, we need to ask each other, is a tweet going to solve that a 16-year-old takes a gun and murders a 15-year-old over a pair of gym shoes? Those are real problems that need.
All right. Now, this is Latino, right? You hear me, Smoke? Hey.
Yeah.
I just got the picture. Scully and that Brooklyn boy.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to my cousin. Yeah, but with that clip,
I was on that. We gave him a little applause.
Yeah.
Shout out to Scully.
Yeah, but yeah, just to explain that clip I just played. What happened was Trump is going to send in a bunch of ICE agents to start to round up a lot of legal niggas, especially if they are gang members. Because niggas love talking about black crime that's going on in Chicago, but they don't talk about the fucking Latin kings out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what this Latino dude just said, he's in Congress. I can't remember what his position is though. But he says that Trump is going to bring in a bunch of ICE agents to round people up. But is he going to bring in more ATF? You see what I'm saying? Where are the crimes at? It's not the whole Chicago. It's all in 5 neighborhoods. And guess who them 5 neighborhoods are? Black neighborhoods. The reason why I sent that video, I sent that clip, played that clip is because I want black people to hear. These Latinos don't give a fuck about you. So when you run around talking about black and brown and you want to march with black and brown and my brown brothers and all kind of shit like that, they're not screaming brown and black. They're not screaming brown and black. They're not saying brown and black need to unite. Their group is called La Raza, which means the race. They care about themselves. They have an economy for themselves. Where's your economy, black people? Nowhere. I even heard somebody say we need to link up with the brown. It need to be the black, the brown. We got to link up with the Asians. The Asians? Them niggas want to be white. They want to be white. Remember, we did that story in with the Clear Gurley's case.
Yeah.
When
Peter.
Killed
I forget that Chinese man name.
Peter Lane or some shit like that. They only got a couple of last names.
Peter Lane. Yeah.
Lee, Powell.
And it was like the you had the story, you had the incident happen, and, the officer, he got, charged, and, it looked like a situation where it was like, they gonna get this guy, he going to jail, they got him. And his people rallied for him.
They rallied.
His people rallied for him and made that shit happen for him. So while, a black mother got it. No. The whole story is what? They convicted the Chinaman. Yeah, exactly.
They convicted him. And then the Brooklyn DA, who's dead, who's a black man, who's dead now. Right. They fought and they overturned the fucking conviction.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You have to get a whole story.
But he was convicted by another Chinese judge. He was convicted by his own people. And they overturned that shit. Straight up. They want the rights to kill you just like white people. So we don't need to be linking up with nobody. While everybody else is fighting Trump, gays, Latinos, Muslims, Native American, and women, and everybody else, black people need to be building our shit up. Straight up. When Indians come to you and say, would you like to march with us for the Dakota pipeline? No, I'm too busy building my economy. Latinos, you want to march with us to stop the war? We ain't got time for that. We building our economy. Will women want to march to murder babies? No, we building our economy. When gays want to march because they want the rights to turn into more weirdo shit into the street, nope. We building an economy. Straight up. We building an economy. We don't got time for all of that. Because by the time we blink our eyes, Trump's going to be out of office 8 years later. And then we're going to be trying to figure out what to do. We're going to be scrambling. Hell yeah, and I'm sick of that.
We're going to be scrambling. We're going to be looking at another election where you seen Ashley Larry on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
and he was everybody was doing the mannequin challenge when Trump was winning each state and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's gonna be another shocker, another term. It's like you don't know what's gonna happen on the way out. But to minimize the effects of any political thing that's going on, president or whatever, we have to have an economy. You know what I'm saying? And the previous example with Peter Liang and Ken Thompson and him getting off. In order for the people to speak, they gotta have economic power. They have to have economic power, or you're not gonna matter. You can just march and shit all day, but if you can't sway anything financially, it don't matter. And you see that the Asians they come up.
But look, it's not even swaying. It's not even swaying. Even the shit going on with the Mexican shit, right? The Mexican economy is good because all of them cheap jobs going down there.
Right.
Why does Trump want to build a wall? The real purpose of Trump building a wall is because he about to fuck their economies up. That's what this whole shit is about. The whole shit is about fucking up these niggas' economy. If they fuck up the Mexican economy, guess where all these goddamn Mexicans, El Salvadorians, and everybody else going to go? Across the border to America. That's why he's trying to build that economy.
I didn't even think
about
that. That's a good point.
Problem. This is their problem. Let's put that shit. Talking about, they have Mitch McConnell, I think his name is. He's going to say any laws that make, that increases the price on Coronas, margaritas, and all that shit like that is no bueno and all kind of shit. But what people don't understand is when you're part of an economy, you support your own shit. West Indians support West Indian shit. Asians support Asian shit. Africans support African shit. You see what I'm saying? White people support white people shit. Mexicans support Mexican shit. Black people support everybody else shit. We backwards. So if you put a 20% tariff on shit coming from Mexico into America and it makes Coronas increase, that's going to hurt the Mexican pocket. That's not going to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Dos Equis and all kind of shit like that? No, that's hurting their pocket because they drink their beer. Here in America, they drink their beer. You know what I'm saying? Just like West Indians drink a bunch of fucking Heinekens and shit. I drink Heinekens too. You know what I'm saying? I don't drink no other beer. If you put increase on fucking Heinekens, guess who that affects? that affect people who drink Heineken. I don't drink Corona. I don't drink the Prosecco. I don't drink all the motherfucking drinks. I don't drink the margaritas. I don't do the tequila. Hey, I'll drink fucking puff tequila. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
listen, if you do, then you already know. You already know.
You already know. That's what it is. They're destroying their economy. Even when it comes to the TPP shit. All this shit is about economics. Yo, and I don't have this video clip because I'm about to play another video clip in a minute. There's another video clip I was listening to where the guy, I'm mad I don't got this fucking video clip, where the guy says an increase on 20% tariffs on Mexican products when it comes over to America, that's going to affect the American consumer. When he said that shit, I said, God damn. That's all we are. We just consuming. When you hear motherfuckers say that, you're supposed to feel offended. That's no different than saying American slave. How the fuck is American slave going to buy all of that if you increase the price?
All right. So if you before you play the clip, you know what I mean, if we focus in on getting on the other side of that, instead of being a consumer, you have a country full of consumers. You gotta sell, man. You gotta think of it as, the dope man and the junkie. You want to be the junkie or the dope man? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It's like, all right, when you don't realize you the junkie, cool. But once you realize it, which should be now, hey, become the dope man. Become the pusher. Become the seller, not the customer.
Hey, what LL said? You owe me a customer on the presence of hustlers. Straight up.
And money all
in the presence of hustlers, you owe me a customer. That is it. That's what we don't get. We sit around thinking we fucking free and we not. That's the sad part. That's the part that when you open your eyes as black people, you should be depressed. You should be pissed off. Because we're not living in fucking reality. We're living in a fucking dream. And niggas are so goddamn scared to wake up that we would rather live in a fucking dream. So I'm going to read this part before I play that clip. This comes again from Blacks Love Slavery, from the article, Blacks Love Slavery and Regretted Its End by the Andrew Anglin guy from the Daily Stormer, right-wing Republican. I ain't going to read the whole shit. It's a specific part I want to read.
Word.
Sometimes you don't think, whenever the, okay. Let me get to the part where he talks about, no, not this one. Maybe it is this one. Clearly as slaves, they had things that they never had or would never have had. Yeah. For one, they had a stable family structure. They were treated like children, but children that were loved, a part of the family. And the masters made sure that they married and stayed together. They were also given order and knowledge of the joys of a hard day's work. The comfort that they had living in houses built by whites was something that they never would have experienced being slaves. Now watch this. Oh, hold on. All right, so what I'm doing here, this is from Fox News. This is allegedly supposed to be a former Black Panther, right? So I want you to hear what he says real quick. Right, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me let this brother talk real quick, and I'm letting it rock.
Well, in the early 70s and late 60s, we were demonstrating and protesting for the right to compete as adult citizens in America. We were not demonstrating to be taken care of better. Now, Congressman Lewis, he must...
Did you hear that, Smoke?
Good Lord, play it again. Play it again.
All right, hold on. Before I play, I'm going to read this shit again. Clearly, as slaves, they had things that they never would have had otherwise. For one, They had a stable family structure. They were treated like children, but children that were loved, a part of the family. And the masters made sure that they married and stayed together. They were also given order and knowledge of the joys of a hard day's work. The comfort that they had living in houses built by whites was something that they would never have experienced had they been slaves. Now, this is what this former Black Panther brother is saying about John Lewis. Hold on.
Look at that. Well, you know, in the early 70s and late 60s, we were demonstrating and protesting for the right to compete as adult citizens in America. We were not demonstrating to be taken care of better. Now, Congressman Lewis?
You heard that?
Mm-hmm. The right to compete.
The right to compete as adult citizens. That's what that's what the whole civil rights shit was about. The whole shit was about competing. Our economy competing with their economy. Us standing up as black men, our black women standing up as black women. And we are competing with the white man, competing with the white woman. That's what the fuck we supposed to be doing. Somehow we got rockabye to sleep, and now we're being treated like fucking children, and we're being given everything from the government. And we're not even smart enough to say to ourselves that, like, literally, you hear black people say, see, with Trump in office, he's going to take away all our government assistance. What? Oh, you didn't have no point. You didn't have nothing about yourself that you were going to get off that shit. You ain't got no get up and go about yourself. That's the problem with black people. They reduced us to fucking children. That's why we can't get it, because we're fucking kids. So when I heard that brother say that shit, I was like, Because when he said that, because this was said January 16th, 2017, right? Like last week. But I remember the article, Blacks Love Slavery and Regret Its End. I remember that. And I remember the part where they said they treat us like children. So when I heard the brother said, yo, we wanted to compete like adults in this country, I said, oh, shit. Blacks did love slavery and regretted that it ended. Clearly.
Shaking my head.
Because we can't even, what do we scream? Jobs, jobs, jobs. Give us jobs. Give us jobs. What do we scream, Smoke, when it comes to agenda? Trump ain't going to give us an agenda. What do we scream when we want something done? Why they won't? Look, we want a movie done, right? What we say? I bet you Hollywood ain't never going to depict us right. You want Hollywood to depict you right. You want the white man to give you a policy. You want we're children. We're goddamn children. The shit's crazy.
Sad when you think about it. Shit.
It's sad, and that's why I said it. If you black in this country and you not depressed, something wrong with you. This shit ain't normal. This shit ain't normal. We're not in our natural states. We're not in our right mind. We're not even standing up. That's how fucked up we are. We're so fucked up that when Barack Obama's president, you listen to all the pro-black people talking, and you hear black people say openly, there's a problem in fucking Chicago. You hear black people openly. More black babies is killed through abortion than murders in the fucking street. You'll hear black people like the great Claude Anderson. these illegals, the liberals is bringing in to undercut what you're trying to do. Because they're going to have you surrounded by all these different agendas that yours get drowned out. And other things and other things and other things that's that. And then when you got somebody like Trump in office, we allowed the fucking liberals to tell us Trump's a racist. You know what I say? All y'all crackers is racist. It ain't just Trump. All y'all crackers racist. I don't give a fuck about y'all being racist. We deal with y'all being racist. Elijah Muhammad taught us what? The white man's the devil. He's a fucking liar. What do black people say? I can't believe Trump said that. Look at him lying. Look at him. Okay, Elijah Muhammad taught us about this devil already. So why are you shocked? That don't make sense.
The devil, man.
My shit is this. When you seeing these motherfuckers argue, it's time to leave. It's time to do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Oh, look, Trump going to get rid of the Mexicans, but how you going to get the border when the Congress got to sign and we're not even going to have the funds to make a... Since when niggas know about the American budget? How about the American budget and how the fucking war going to get built and you ain't even set a budget in your own fucking house? Set a budget in your house. Be fiscally responsible in your home. Before you start running your mouth about what the fuck the government is.
That's crazy.
That shit, we worry about the wrong shit. We're going to sit here and say shit like this. Steve Harvey's Cooning. Jim Brown's Cooning. Ben Carson is Cooning. Omarosa is Cooning. And all these other motherfuckers is Cooning. What about Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, or Eric Holder, the Attorney General? Was they coons? Because I don't remember them getting no police convicted of killing black people, unarmed black people. And they're the fucking Attorney General. But you'll turn around and say, Sessions is a racist. Sessions, I'm scared for Sessions to be. We had 2 black Attorney Generals and had 0 convictions. Not only 0 convictions. Under Loretta Lynch, I want to say, is where the white people get the ammunition when they say, even the DOJ said that Mike Brown's hands wasn't up. So that was a false narrative. You know where they get that from? One of those black attorney generals, either Eric Holder or Loretta Lynch. One of them motherfuckers was in charge during that process, and that's what came out. And that information from one of these black people who was Attorney General is what the right-wing, white, racist, whatever the fuck you want to call them, use when they want to tell you, oh, that's a false narrative. The Department of Justice said that Mike Brown's hands wasn't up. That wasn't under Sessions. The Indians protesting the Dakota pipeline. Then Trump signed it off. This racist Trump, he don't give a fuck. Y'all know Barack signed with the Dakota pipeline, right? The Keystone, excuse me. It's not the Dakota pipeline. It's the Keystone fucking pipeline. It's not even called the Dakota pipeline. It's the
and then they go to
pipeline.
like the Dakota land, or like ain't that the name of like the name of the people that the area is going through or something?
Yeah, it's going through Dakota. Yeah, the state. Yeah. But I just thought about it. It's just called the fucking Keystone Pipeline, man. Barack signed that shit. He signed that shit. But what we doing? We running around talking about what Trump doing. All Trump did was fucking continue with the shit that Barack signed.
Being the damn president. This is what they do all day. Fucking sign on orders that we ain't gonna understand. We don't give a fuck about. Shit is crazy. All right, man. But that's not our concern, man. I don't know no niggas that stay over there, man. We need to be worried about fucking building the businesses, man, and fucking getting our minds right. You know what I'm saying? It's like we concentrating on the wrong thing, man. And with the coon, like the coon shit is like that's the new thing to throw at motherfuckers now is the coon. You know, everybody's a coon. You know how we just run with the wave, man. It's cool to say that. And we got the president now in office to where it's like any dealers with him, you can automatically say that about a person. You know, why would he be talking to Donald Trump? What are you doing that for? He's a coon. She's a coon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's watering down the real coons. We ain't even pointing at the real motherfuckers. Yeah. Like they call it Kanye a coon. Kanye's a fucking celebrity talking to the celebrity president. Like, who gives a fuck what they talking about?
Tell the truth. I don't feel like that. I don't like that everybody keep calling him a celebrity president or the first reality show president. I'm like, that's weird. Because he's a builder. He's a fucking what's the word I'm looking for? He's a motherfucker that builds shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of the word. A real estate tycoon or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck he is. Literally, everything that was done to Barack is now being done to Trump. And let me be clear. I'm not defending Trump. I don't give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is the black economy.
Yeah, this ain't one of his rally shit.
Yeah, this ain't, I don't want nobody to get it twisted
really
and think,
the hypocrisy. You know what I'm saying? It's like we waste a lot of time pointing fingers at, this person and that person for doing that. But when the shoe's on the other foot, we excuse it. We don't got nothing to say. Yeah. We was poking our chests out when Barack won. We did this shit for 8 years. He's gone. Now white people got their president or whatever, or people that, feel charged up by Trump. Now we can't take the shit talking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it just goes to show that those are things that we need to not really be concentrating on.
You shouldn't be concentrating.
You got to be added. You know what I'm saying? Addition by subtraction.
Let white people do that.
Yeah,
let them white people worry about that shit. Yeah, let them worry about that. Let them march. Let them break shit. Let them fight the police. Let them call Trump, whatever the fuck they want to call it. Let them do that shit. Keep your black asses in your fucking community and start working on that. That's what we need to do. Because, and the reason why I bring that up, Smoke, is because of this. 8 years went by, right? And these crackers was on some dumb shit. We ain't going to call Barack president. We going to try to block everything that he does. He's an illegitimate president. He wasn't born in the country. And they did all of that foolish shit. But guess what? While we writing songs about eating booty like grocery, they started to come together and say, you know what? Presidency is coming to an end. We need a strategy so we could do what it is that we got to do. Now Trump gets in because niggas fell for the 2000 trick. We thought Gore was going to get it and Bush got it. So now Trump is in, and then we turn around now and it's, what we doing? John Lewis. He's illegitimate. Oh, word? The same shit they said about Barack, so you're going to play the role of the white man. You see what I'm saying? We're not going to show up and things of the nature. One thing that the brother said from the ex-Black Panther Party dude said, when it comes to the John, these niggas was around for mad enough long, yo. 40-some-odd years, and it's like, what are you doing? Nothing. Y'all relics. That's it. And that's why I be saying, yo, these niggas is not to be praised. And that's all of them. Farrakhan, all of them. John Lewis, all of them. I don't give a fuck what goddamn leader, so-called leader. These not leaders. These are men. That's it. When you're looking at black women, Maxine Waters and things of this nature, these are not leaders. These are women. That's it. And that's why I always shoot at that God shit and all the superstition shit. Because we keep on looking at people and praising them the fuck up because that's our concept. We don't see that we could do that shit. You see what I'm saying? That's the real reason why the black woman has so much fucking issue with the black man, and vice versa. Because one don't see what the other one's doing. So if the black woman is doing her thing and the black man ain't, he might hate on her. And if the black man is doing his thing and she ain't doing her thing, then she gonna hate on him. You see what I'm saying? So it because we have this shit where, well, there's no way I could do that. I ain't Michael Jordan. How could I dunk? I'm not, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that. Yo, I wish I had the spirit of Martin Luther King. You do, nigga. Get the spirit of you. No, you want the spirit of another dude. That's gay. Get the spirit of you. Fuck, you want another man's spirit?
That's some real shit.
So weird. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? And I know you could relate because I could relate. We both got boys, right? When my sons look at me, who you think their leader is? You know what I'm saying? Who you think their leader is? How would you feel?
You gotta be their leader.
If your son, you gotta be. But how would you feel, Smoke, if your son told you he looks up to somebody else?
I feel like a failure.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, that's crazy. Here we go, grown-ass fucking men talking about who we look up to. Nigga, you gotta, I had grown men straight up. I ain't no teacher or nothing. You ain't a teacher? You mean to tell me you can't teach nobody nothing? You mean to tell me you that fucking empty that you have nothing within you to teach somebody? No, I'm just saying, like, I ain't like a teacher, like professionally a teacher. Get them words out your vocabulary. You could teach whatever the fuck you know. We came from an era called what? Each one do what? Teach one.
Teach one. Word.
They didn't say each one get a degree and get a professional license before you teach one. No. They didn't say that. They said,
yeah, you crazy.
One, if you, and I don't know it, teach me that shit, brother. I come from that era. That's the era I come from. Each one motherfucking teach one. Now what you hear? Niggas got to have degrees and all kind of shit to teach. No, you don't. Black women doing their hair and shit like that in the fucking kitchen and all kind of shit like that, getting their paper. I come from that. I come from black women that knew how to get fucking paper. That's the black woman I'm used to seeing. I'm not used to these lazy-ass black chicks who want to sit down and watch fucking reality TV all fucking day complaining about their man and shit while they're receiving government assistance. I'm not used to that. I'm used to sisters that have government assistance and shit, buying food and selling fish and shit or whatever, fish sandwiches and shit out of their house. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. That's what I'm used to. Hustlers.
Yeah. And
we don't have that.
It's like, it sounds like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know, who the hell is going to do that? But, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, what cats used to do, have rent parties. That's economics, you know what I'm saying? Let's go spend the money amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that. We can get more to that. We ain't got to sell fish, or we ain't got to sell plates. But come up with something that you know. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Mm-hmm. Instead of us going to the damn Chinese restaurant, you could provide that for your neighborhood. It ain't got to be big time. Shit, it might pay 3 of your bills. 2-3 might pay 2-3 of your bills. But shit, that's less work you got to do on the other end. That's the less you got to work for the white man or for the beast, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So you could just think like that and start small. That extra money could give your kids that activity that's going to keep their ass off the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's those things that, right.
It might inspire them. It might make them now, because as a kid, if your parents ain't shit, your kid ain't shit. That's fact.
Much. That's usually how it works.
When I say ain't shit, yeah, and when I'm saying ain't shit, just to clarify, I'm talking mentally. If you ain't shit, your kids ain't shit. Meaning, if you like, well, how the hell am I supposed to know this? Then you're gonna raise kids that's like, well, how am I supposed to know this? You know what I'm saying? You have to be, for lack of a better word, you have to be God to your kid. to your children. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. When it's time for my boys to go to school and we crack that book open for homework and shit like that, to run through that and get this homework shit on, do you think I'm going to let my son know if I don't know something? Hell no. We're going to figure this shit out together. I'm not going to sit over like I be hearing parents talking about, yeah, my child coming in and they doing math homework, and I'm like, I don't know how the hell to do this. I hope you don't got your child knowing that. You see what I'm saying?
It gives them that defeated mind frame, because it's like, you know, when you talk about homework, I be helping my son with homework, and I see him a lot of times. He you know, he gets it. He zoomed through it. You know what I'm saying? He don't need no help. He'll just do it. But then sometimes I see him over there frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And go over there, and it's like, what you doing? You know, I'm gonna have to read it 3-4 times. And he getting frustrated. Well, you gotta do it. Like, hold on, slow down. You know what I'm saying? Let me read it. You know what I'm saying? Then once I read it and get it, I'm like, well, we should understand this. This is easy. I might help him with the first example, and then this is where you made a mistake at, or, you know, he might have some of them right, or he might not be confident on the answer, but then he goes and finishes it. You know, if they see you quit,
right,
they gonna quit. Like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't. We give them a lot of all of their bad habits. The parents, we as parents, is still on our kids, and then we'll turn around and say, oh, you know, this kid, man, I don't know what's wrong with him, or you blame it on society, or you blame it on TV, or whatever. But a lot of times it's you as a parent, you know what I'm saying? So we got to realize that.
Yeah, all the time is you as a parent. Because your child only know what the fuck you showed them. You see what I'm saying? That's it. When I'm interacting with my sons and shit like that, I always try to have a conversation with them. You see what I'm saying? Because I want them to build conversation. You see what I'm saying? And I want that interaction. That way they're not feeling intimidated. When I was a kid growing up, I used to be intimidated. I used to be shy. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, especially when it comes to adults. Not really kids, but when it came to adults. You know what I'm saying? So my sons ain't like that. Because they're around adults, I'm always having conversations with them. You know what I'm saying? So when they come around other adults and they might ask him a question, he don't feel shy or way to talk. He'll speak. You know what I'm saying? That's not a characteristic I have. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want my son to be like me. I understand I'm broke. I'm broken. I'm a broken man. You know what I'm saying? Who just making it. You know what I mean? I don't want my son. I want my son to be greater than me. So I'm not going to pass on fucked up qualities that I have. You see what I'm saying? And really, I learned that from my mother. Because my mother's a broken woman. You know what I'm saying? But when she had us, we didn't know that. We thought my mother was a fucking hustler, hard rock. You know what I'm saying? She, you know, independent. She don't need nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to thought my mother was a dude. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, I used to be like, yo, she got to be a guy, man. Like, this sucker here is tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. But not until we got older. And she got older. Then we start to realize how needy she is. And how she don't really like to listen. And it's like, damn, where that hustle spirit at? Where's that? And then we start to realize, like, oh, that really wasn't even you. You know what I'm saying? That really wasn't you. You had no choice but to do that. So you did it. But that's not really who you are. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is we were able to pick up all the strength from her. So I got sisters that's strong, independent. Not independent of a man, but independent where they can take care of themselves. You see what I'm saying? Because they're all in relationships. You know what I'm saying? They're in relationships. Not bitching and all kind of shit. But they can sustain themselves individually. You see what I'm saying? They have confidence within them individually. Same thing with me and my brother. We hustlers. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we come from. But that's the whole thing too. You got to pass the good quality. Your quality. You can't say, "Oh well, I ain't graduated from high school, so how I'm gonna tell my son that he could get mad because he ain't graduated from high school. No, you're not supposed to have your son or your daughter like you. They're supposed to be better than you. Because you got to remember, that's the future, is these children. My son, who's 4, and my other son, who's 2, that's the future. That's it. When they become someone and they doing a 1-2 thing, that's who I will be relying on now, just like they're relying on me. That's why I take this parenting shit serious. That's why I take this father shit serious, and that's why I take everything that I do serious, because I understand I don't have time to bullshit. There's no fucking reset button. I can't get a do-over. You know what I'm saying? If I fuck up, I fuck up. The end. There's nothing else there. I don't have no safety net. You know what I'm saying? That's where the frustration comes in from me. Because, like I said, even me, and not to dwell, but even just to go back to the depression part a little, that's just me. I've always dealt with depression. But the thing is everything with me, it deals with preparation. And if I know I want something, I want to do something, I have to prepare for that. Because if I don't, it's not going to happen. When I'm looking at black people, I get depressed. Why do I get depressed? Because I'm looking at people who's happy to be slaves. I'm looking at black men on television talking about how scared they are of a white man. I did not grow up under this. When I grew up as a kid, that Farrakhan was younger and more fierier. You know what I'm saying? That's a word.
There's youth with him.
Black men wasn't how they are now. Like these weird examples of black men, they would have got 8 in the early 90s. I've never heard so many black men talk about being afraid and scared in my life. When I was a kid and I talked that fear shit, my mother would box me in the mouth and say, "Get that fear shit about you." So to be 36 years old and I'm listening to grown ass fucking men in their 40s and shit like that talking about they're afraid. That's why I say the youth do not need to be paying attention to none of these fucking adults. Straight up, learn from their mistakes. Do not follow these niggas. Straight up, do not follow them because they are weak and only still can sharpen still. Only still can sharpen still. These niggas ain't sharp. These niggas is weak. These niggas running around with fucking sashaying and shit. These niggas walking around talking about they got fits and ooh, I'm mad because such and such and come on, man.
Van Jones.
You listening? Van Jones is who I was talking about too.
Yeah, that cat. He started that whole shit off. He set the tone.
Yup. He
set the tone on election night.
And that's exactly who I was talking about with Van Jones. And if you remember the story of Van Jones, he was a part of the Barack Obama administration. And he was supposed to have ran the Green Initiative, right? And that was supposed to have helped so many black people get jobs, especially coming out of jails or some shit like that. But what happened was the Republicans found an old video of him where he was making, quote-unquote, like fiery, racist, pro-black shit. You know what I'm saying? And things like that, talking about white people or whatever. And Barack ended up firing him. And then that's where now we see Van Jones. But Van Jones used to be part of Barack Obama administration before he got kicked the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, he is the one that started that whole shit. All of that shit. Michael Eric Dyson. Oh, we need to look for good white folks. Cornell West. We need our white brothers and sisters. No, man. The only brothers and sisters I have is black. The only people I'm lining up with is black, and the only people I'm building this economy up with is black. That is it. I don't give a fuck about what's going on with the Indians. I don't give a fuck about what's going on with the goddamn Latinos. I don't give a fuck about what's going on with women and how many fucking babies y'all want to have the rights to kill. I don't give a fuck what's going on with the gays. The only people I care about is black people. What the hell we're going through. Because you cannot sit over here, oppress a fucking people, depress the fucking people, take everything away from a fucking people, and then say, oh, well, we can't worry about what's going on with you, something that we never fucking fix. We just keep attacking you over and over again because gay people need rights, or because Mexicans are about to get kicked out, or because Muslims can't come into the fucking country. I don't give a fuck about that. Because there's still black men getting killed out here in the street. There's still black women out here getting fucking killed and raped and all kind of shit out here in these streets. There's still black babies being arrested.
We like the battery for all of those movements you just named and shit. In order for them to get their shit off and do what they intend to do, their purpose, they have to ride on the backs of black people. So we got to go out there and march with them, vote with them, complain to Congress and whatever. We got to do that along with them, so to help them achieve their goal. So what we need to do is take the energy out of those LGBT, out of that women's rights, out of all of these other groups that's outside of black, and put it into black, and then you will see the black group rise. Like how these other groups, how they swing political power and so forth. We'll rise like that. Our economy will rise. We got to just stop worrying about everyone else at the end of the day. You know how they got the shirts? Detroit versus everybody? That's how it got to be for us.
Yeah.
Like black people versus everybody. We can't, if it ain't talking black positivity, black empowerment, black building, it ain't for us, and that's really it.
It ain't for us.
We getting too shook up over this, who the president, who getting a wall, and who losing jobs, and what immigrants can't come. Those is not our issues, man.
That's
Straight
not
up.
our issue.
So it's like, we need to just focus on us.
Look at this, Smoke. Look at this, Smoke. Just like the Latino in that clip I sent, right? The crime is only in 5 neighborhoods. Yeah. we need to have the same attitude. We need to have the same fucking attitude. The war ain't got nothing to do with us. We should have the same fucking attitude. Then we got these silly ass black chicks running around talking about marching and shit with that woman bullshit. Oh, my rights, my body, my choice. My rights, my body, my choice. That's your slogan to kill babies? That shit is so fucking crazy because I never hear a chick say, my rights, my body, my choice, so I'm going to watch who I sleep with. I'm going to have more respect for my body. I'm not going to put goddamn hormones in my shit to fuck up my body. I never hear this shit. All I keep hearing is the same shit. My rights, my body, my choice to kill fucking babies.
Really,
but it's never my rights, my body, my choice when it comes to contraception. That's the shit giving you fibroids. That's the shit fucking your body up. But you'll take that. And killing your babies, killing life. Life is being created in your motherfucking womb. You're murdering motherfuckers in your womb. You don't know what the fuck that shit does to your goddamn body, but you'll go with that. But then my rights, my choice and all that shit like that. But you're not even taking responsibility for your body. That's that lazy shit I'm talking about. Now that women take birth control, guess what? There's no responsibility I have to worry about. And when you take responsibility away from a person, they're a fucking child. And that's why these chicks run around here fucking blind, deaf, and dumb. Because there's no fucking responsibility. As a man, and you already know this, Smoke, we have to be accountable for every fucking thing that we do. Everything that we do, we got to be accountable for. Women ain't got to be accountable for shit.
You will be held accountable whether you want to or not. Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guess what?
Yeah.
That's why the black man is strong. When you look at weak black men, all you got to look at how much responsibility you have. And you're going to really notice that weak black men have less responsibility than strong black men. Because when you have responsibility, I cannot fuck up. I got to do what I got to do. I'm held accountable for this shit. So I don't got time to bullshit. And it makes you responsible, which in turn makes you strong. But everybody I know who don't have responsibility is always fucking some shit up. Because there's no accountability. There's none whatsoever. My son, 4 years old, my other son, 2 years old, have responsibility. And I tell them when they're around me, they'll drop something on the floor. Ramel, come here. You see that applesauce? Who applesauce is that? Mine. Good. Put in the trash. That's where it belongs. He'll pick it up and put it in the trash. Ross McConnell, who toys is these? Who towel is this? Where towel belong? Oh, in my room. I mean, in the bathroom. He'll run over there and put it up in there. Finish, yeah. That's structure. That's structure. 4 and 2 years old. You know what women say about children and structure? Oh, he's too young for that. He's too young for that. You should just let them be kids. You know why they think like that? Because they're fucking children. Yes, black woman, you're a goddamn child. Because when you grow up and you're an adult, your mind frame change. A lot of these black women out here mentally is children. That's why they'll sit there in front of a television, look at TV all day, look at a bunch of bullshit on reality TV, and turn around and say, I want to be like that. Just like a fucking kid. Because guess what, Smoke? If your son looking at TV and it's a toy on there he wants, what he going to do? He going to look at the TV, I want that with on TV. What black woman do? I want to on TV. I want that life on TV. I want to be like Portia Williams. I want to be like Candy Burris. I want to be like them on TV. You're a fucking kid, man. You're a kid. How many black men can relate to having huge arguments with a woman if they say, yo, let's cut the cable off, save some money? I'm going to watch my show. You're a kid.
Oh, Lord.
You're
can't go without
kid.
that motherfucker.
And watch this. This should show you how much of a kid a lot of these black women is. As soon as the man sits there and says, yo, listen, these are the things that we have to do, they start bitching and crying. Because that's what kids do. If you tell your son, listen, clean up your room, do this, do that. Well, I ain't going to say your son. Because 9 out of 10, when we tell our kids to do something, they do it. So I can't even say, you know what I'm saying? I can't even say that. But you get the analogy I'm using. It'll be like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, you do it because I told you to do it. Same thing when it comes to the woman. It's like nobody telling you to do some crazy shit. This is responsible shit. We adults. What happened?
Gotta grow up.
I'm going to get attitude. I don't want to do that. Why I got to grow the fuck up, man?
Gotta grow up, man.
We don't got time.
That's it.
Yeah, we don't got no time for that shit. Now you got these grown-ass fucking black men and shit like that on the Hillary side calling the people talking to Trump coon. And I'm like, my nigga, Hillary Clinton and the Clintons been raping the black community for how long? How the fuck is coons the people who's talking to the new president, but the coons wasn't the one who was fine not talking to Barack? Who was fine that Barack never went to none of the urban leagues and all kind of shit like that to speak? Who was fine that he ain't never speak about the fucking police violence and brutality going on and shit like that. Who was fine that Barack signed the fucking law where the police don't got to read you your Miranda rights no more.
Yeah. That was like one of the main legal loopholes for niggas. They ain't read you them rights.
They ain't read you my rights? Let me go.
Come on, Barack.
You tighten that shit up for your black ass. But you want to talk about who's a coon? That's why I'm like, we don't got to, this is not our fight. This ain't our fight. What we need to be doing is building a fucking economy, just like that brother said in that clip I played earlier. So we can compete in America as adults. Grow the fuck up. Niggas want to be kids. Niggas want to be children. Grow the fuck up. That's why you got black men with fucking 100 goddamn pairs of sneakers. I'm a sneakerhead. No, nigga, you a shoenista. That's some fucking woman shit. He's a fucking shoenista, nigga. You ain't no fucking sneakerhead. Stop changing the world, man.
Yo, son.
I mean, god damn.
Yeah, man, because it goes overboard. Like I love sneakers, man. You know, like a lot of these sneakers that's out now come from the era when we grew up. You know what I'm saying? But even me as somebody who would be like, oh, I love them new ones, these new foam posits or the new Pusha T's or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I couldn't see myself with 100 pairs of sneakers. I couldn't see myself with 50 pairs of sneakers. Like, what the fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
All these boxes and shit all over the place, and then it's like the value on these shits is going down, man. It's like you paying $300-$400 for some sneakers, $150 sneakers. Y'all getting taxed, man. That's just the added on value. And that's crazy, man. For your shoenistas, yeah, we definitely need to get off that shoe shit.
You gotta get off that shit.
Definitely need to get off that.
Let me tell you, rest in peace, Big Cap. I remember I went to Big Cap's crib, right? Shout out to my cousin Kia. And Big Cap had mad shoes. But Big Cap had mad shoes because Big Cap ain't been throwing away his shoes. All of them shoes was worn. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All of them shit was, like you got kicked and you wear and you're like, all right, I need some new kicks. But nothing wrong with these kicks. Now you got another one. And even if you get another one, okay, now I got 3 kicks. Even if you got 15 kicks. But they're not 15 brand new still in the box because I keep them and save them and all this other stupid shit. No. These are 15 shoes I wore. I just ain't throw them away. I use this one to cut grass, and sometimes I use this one when running out to the... These niggas got shoes more shit than women.
This might be like a topic that we have to expound on another time, but I was just thinking, like, when you was talking about the shoes and shit or whatever, it's just like right now, you see black people just getting used crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like with, you know, like network shows like Empire and, you know, on Stars you got 50 Cent and all that, and we tuning in. And those companies just getting rich off the black talent, you know what I'm saying? And coming into these times, like even with the sneakers, you know, them sneakers is $100, $120, $550, retail price $175. They selling them for $300 and $400, and we the main ones buying them shit. So that's time and shit that money we can invest in our own process. It's crazy.
Did you see the Bell Biv DeVoe joint? The what's the name of that shit? The New Edition movie?
New Edition? Not yet. I started watching like 20 minutes and shit. Not enough to even say nothing. But I'm going to watch it this week.
The reason why I said it because everybody's complaint about New Edition was that the movie was how many commercials it was. They're like, damn, so they talk is another commercial. Yeah, you know what commercials are? That's advertising. Right. So BET is getting all these advertising dollars because they knew that the majority of black people would be watching this show. So the advertisers went out there to advertise their shit to do what? Sell to the fucking consumers.
Exactly.
That's what we are, consumers. So when we're sitting here complaining about all the fucking advertisement, we don't even realize that this is by design. That's what this is. This is by design. And we're so fucking stupid, we don't get it. Yeah, we even think that we get paid more, that means we're better. Because, look, I ain't no slave, nigga. I get paid $100,000 a fucking year. But what do you create? What do you own? What is your niche in this fucking economy? Nothing. You're a fucking consumer. You make a whole lot of money to give it back to the cracker. So what are you? Nothing. That's why athletes get broke after 5 years. Why? Because they're consumers. Consuming. These are not titles that we should be wearing. We shouldn't be wearing no titles like that. Black people knew how to save. That's why, and that's before the show cut short, right? That's why when Trump signed that bill where he was going to make, like, everybody keeps saying make it harder for black people to get homes or whatever, he's supposed to, make it, like, increase the whatever you got to pay or whatever.
Right.
I'm not mad at
the rate.
Yeah, with the rate and all that shit. I'm not mad at that. I'm glad he did that shit. And when I was telling that to one of my homies and shit, he was like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he gonna make it harder, whatever. I said, this shit is too fucking easy to get a house. And because it's too fucking easy to get a house, niggas don't even appreciate when they have a house. Again, I come from a different era. I come from an era where a black person getting a house, that shit was like, oh, shit, that's a big deal. A black person getting a house, motherfuckers pulled money together to get you that house. Hit 10 stacks. You know what I'm saying? To help you get a house. What do the Mexicans do? They all stayed in the one house together, right? Until each one of them get their own crib, right? Meaning they pulling money together to do that.
Yep.
Me? I get my house because I invest my money in stocks. I got my house 2.5 years after meeting my children's mother, right? I'm saying, yo, we got to stack bread. Nobody want to stack bread. We got to take this shit serious. No one want to take this shit serious. Now we get inside the crib. We have no emergency fund. We get a pipe bust. How do we pay this? Because all the time I'm saying we have to have a budget. We have to save money. We got to prepare for things that may happen in the future. People who like shit given to them and like shit being easy, they don't get it. You see what I'm saying? They don't get it. I remember having to walk with my mother, brothers, and sisters from the grocery store. We had no car. And I have a broom on my neck with bags on one side of groceries and bags on the other side of groceries. Like I'm in China or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Walking. I might have been like 11, 12 years old and shit walking with that shit.
Working hard.
I didn't come up easy. Yeah, I came up rough. I came up real deal life. My mother ain't played none of that Santa Claus shit with us. We came up real. We had to learn about molestation and rape and all that shit young. Because we in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker was wild. That's what 40 Deuce was 40 Deuce. You know what I'm saying? Like, we came up rough, yo. We didn't come up with that illusion. So when I'm sitting over here now and I'm like, yo, for black people to get this, what we need to do is this. And then black people are like, well, I don't know how that's going to work. And you can't question what I'm saying. Because I'm not talking about this time. I'm talking about the time when black people knew what we had to do. I'm talking about a time where black people literally, we created shit out of nothing. Hip-hop was created out of nothing. Clothing lines was created out of nothing. We're not creative no more because we're so fucking used to being given some shit like we're children. We're not innovative no more. We don't think. We rather sit in front of a fucking television and watch other people's front like that's their life. And then we look back at our life and then start hating our life. And then you might have a man that's busting his ass. You don't like him because he can't give you the shit Cordell gave Portia. Or you might be a man hating on your woman because she ain't got no fat ass and big titties like such and such. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, none of that shit's real. None of that shit's real. But
Wake up.
Watch this shit now and pretend that it's real. Or even worse, Smoke, the single black mothers will sit there and watch some of these reality shows with the gay characters and shit with their sons right next to them. With their sons right there.
You teach our
Watching
kids.
two men kiss.
They bad.
Yeah. And then don't tell them to change the channel. Don't tell them, yo, why you got to watch this in front of the kids? They don't give a fuck. They'll tell you in a heartbeat, well, my show on. I ain't telling them to come out there. And all this other ignorance. And it's like we are children now. That's our mind frame. We are children. And the white man and the white woman is our fucking mother and father. That's why we march and protest and whine and complain and pout and throw these fucking tantrums. Because we're kids. That's why you don't see the Chinese protesting and marching. That's why you don't see all these guys. These motherfuckers out here say, oh, all right, we're going to go to legislation. We have an economy. All we do is the same shit over and over again, think we're going to get different results. And we're not. The only way for you to be free, black man and black woman, is to be an adult. You cannot be a child living in your fucking mother and father's house and think you're going to be an adult in your mother and father's house. We're in this white man's economy. That's his house. And we're getting attitudes and fits and temper tantrums. What we need to be doing is building up our goddamn economy so we can stand on our own and be the men that we are, and the black woman could be the woman that she is. Other than that, if you don't want to do that, kill yourself. Straight up, kill yourself.
If you don't, you're going to die. You're going to fade away.
Yeah, you're going to die. Damn, sure is.
It's ride or die time, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is for us. So, hey, take it how you want to take it, but it ain't going to change.
Take it how you want to.
You got to do what you got to do. We got to grow up, man.
Hey, look.
Straight up.
When people, you ain't a man and you ain't a woman just because you talk all that tough shit and try to bully your kids. That don't make you a man or a woman. Because you want to bully your fucking kids. The only reason why you bully your children is because you're getting bullied in the street. We already know that game. Black man got to stand the fuck up. The black woman, she got to know her role, yo, straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I hate that I a lot of times I took out talking about depression and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we got to stand up. We got to do what we got to do. We ain't got time to sit down. We ain't got time to. Yeah, everything is relative. Shit, man. We get ready to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. I do want to do a show tomorrow, though. And probably touch more on some other topics. I don't want to say it, and then tomorrow come, and then I fuck around and don't not do the show, but probably not do that topic. Tomorrow we'll have another.
Yeah, you forgot something.
Yeah, but again, go to that YouTube page and listen to some of the old shows. Definitely listen to all of the shows relating to Trump. Listen to the voting. In particular, listen to the white vote, the black vote, and the brown vote. Listen to that one, because I break down the whole different scenarios on that shit. But listen to them old shows, because they may not make sense to you today. Get that shit a couple of weeks and listen again. I guarantee you, what's being said is exactly what the fuck is going on in the world. So, other than that, any closing remarks, Smoke?
Oh, pull up, pop out. Yeah.
Pop out. Go to that YouTube page. Go to that Facebook. In Black Dot America.